Well, here's some good TV for you. A televised debate between U.S. President Barack Obama and Iranian President Ahmadinejad. That's right. Iran's outspoken president has called on President Obama to face him in a televised debate to determine which leader has the best solutions for global problems. RT's Marina Portnaya actually sat down with the Iranian leader for an exclusive interview back in May, shortly before the UN passed a fourth round of sanctions against this country. She joins me now live from our New York studios. Hey there, Marina, good to see you. So Ahmadinejad said recently, quote, "Toward the end of the summer, we will hopefully be there for the UN General Assembly, and I will be ready for one-on-one talks with Mr. Obama in front of the media." Of course. Any chance President Obama will take him up on that offer? What do you think?
Well, Dina, I think that would make fantastic television, but I think we have a better chance of seeing President Obama picnicking with Sarah Palin in Central Park. It is highly unlikely that the President of the United States would sit down for a face-to-face with the President of Iran, especially with cameras surrounding them, for a televised debate. We should mention that President Ahmadinejad has made this offer and presented this offer in the past few years, to Obama last year and to his predecessor, George W. Bush, and of course Washington has rejected the offer that has come from the Iranian president. But what is so surprising about it is the fact that it continues to make news. All the U.S. mainstream media outlets have picked up this story. All the very popular blogs on the internet have taken this story. It's made headlines, and what it really does prove is that the president of Iran continues to be something of a mastermind of U.S. media. He knows how to make the headlines, how to grab attention. When he comes here every September, it's usually his face on the front of all the newspapers, and he knows what he's doing when he makes these provocative comments. Even if it's not news, it ends up being news.
So he knows how to push those buttons here. So if President Obama declines, and you said a picnic with Sarah Palin is more likely, so we're guessing he will, do you think that liberals are going to sort of bash him for not engaging in diplomatic behavior with Iran?
Well, Dina, we have to remember that U.S. President Barack Obama, when he was campaigning, promised to engage Iran, to do something different than the previous presidents of the United States, to engage, to talk with the adversaries, to try to be more diplomatic. Up until this point, almost 2 years into his presidency, it doesn't seem like the Obama administration have taken any steps that have differed from the Bush administration. And those that believed President Obama would then turn around and say, you are failing on the promises that you made. You promised to engage Iran. There are many Americans that would like to see better relations between the U.S. and Iran. And also, we have to note that President Obama sat down on the couch of The View last week and spoke 1 hour with five ladies that speak a lot about entertainment and politics, but it was very much of a light interview. He spoke about Snooki from the Jersey Shore, and here he gets an offer to debate the president of Iran, and most likely that debate will not take place.
And Marina, you know, it's also interesting because Ahmadinejad seemed to sort of mock the idea of those sanctions, saying, how many resolutions have you issued so far? What, 4? You know, make it 4,000. I mean, does he have a point here as far as how effective these sanctions really are? You've been covering events at the United Nations for quite some time now. What is your take on that?
Well, look at the realities, look at the realities that are taking place right now. We've seen the UN, as you mentioned, pass 4 rounds of sanctions against Iran, the most recent ones to take place in the early June. After that, the United States and the European Union passed unilateral sanctions, additional financial sanctions, and some embargo sanctions against Iran. And Iran has not changed its course. It is continuing to enrich uranium, which it says it's being done for peaceful purposes. When I did sit down with the president of Iran, he assured me that Iran will not halt its nuclear program because he says that the country's entitled to have a program for peaceful purposes. And he said it doesn't matter how many sanctions are passed. So we see that there have been international sanctions placed against Iran, one after another, and Iran has not changed its course.
You know, it seems that when Ahmadinejad is sort of making these mocking statements, you know, more pressure is on Barack Obama and the administration to not discount that military option when it comes to dealing with Iran and its nuclear program. What do you think about that?
Well, we did hear the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff in an interview on Sunday saying, Mike Mullen saying that the option still is on the table. The U.S. does have a plan for military strikes against Iran, and that option is ultimately up to the President of the United States, President Barack Obama. Whether I think it would happen or not, at this point, I would venture to say I don't think the United States could fundamentally do something such as strike Iran. Two wars are being waged. It's hard to say if one of them or both of them are even being won. The United States right now has a mounting amount of problems within the country and outside of the country, and does it really want to spark another problem by striking Iran? Does it have enough evidence where a strike against Iran would be justified? That is not clear, and I think right now for the U.S. to incite or engage in one more military conflict would not benefit the country in any way.
And we will certainly be looking forward to your coverage of the UN GA in September. RT correspondent Marina Portnaya there for us.